Sorry. Don't mean to cough on the talk radio. Talk YouTube. YouTube's going down in flames. I can't wait to see that. The time is 9:43. Oh. Let's do this again. The time is 9:44 p.m. It's February the 1st. It is year 2025. Okay. This is my talk fucking radio in an ISIS violent motherfucking historical terrorist compound. What the fuck is happening in the United States that this is even occurring? But it is, it's fact on paper. So just take note of all that's happening in your world. I like to list the time. I learned to do that here when I was involved with counterterrorism. I guess you could say I got involved with counterterrorism when I started to realize that I was helping the United States military in 2017 with Al-Qaeda, the terror group Al-Qaeda. It was specifically that terror group, and I could not say who they were. Now, my cat just went into her cat box, so understand I'm still in the compound. I'm trapped in the room. No matter what they want to say on the fucking national TV is happening in the capital of the United States. They have a raging Muslim terrorist fucking terrorist cell 6 blocks from Joe Biden, 6 blocks from Donald Trump. All right, so I got my little babies here. Did she go in the box? I don't know. I sit in the dark, by the way. I have to. I'm not going to be allowed to turn my light on for a while. Probably not till the day I move out of here. You want to know about that? We'll talk about that some other day. I have to. It's for safety. Okay, so I am on the radio now. I'm doing a talk radio. The fact that I'm doing that in here is prolific and profound in all of these words that I can't remember anymore. Because of the traumatic events that I go through every day in here, I've lost my word recall. The good military is what I call them because these are the words that come to mind. I couldn't dream up words beyond that. My English vocabulary has been so reduced that this works. Call them the good military because that is literally what they are. There's good, there's bad. They're both militaries. I cannot do any more. I do enough in here every day just to fucking survive the day. Where is my baby cat? Anyways, thank God she didn't go in the box. Okay, so the sirens have finally stopped here. They started up. Oh, it was quiet until I got poisoned. I do strongly believe with what I have seen and learned and lived through here that what I do in this compound, this terrorist complex of the cities, it's their cherished, precious fucking terrorist cell here. Oh, without any question, that's concrete. So if I do something in here, there's other terrorists in the town that react to it. Okay, that's self-explanatory. And some of those terrorists are in the police force, and some of those terrorists are in the U.S. military. So everybody understands this, and it's been proven over and over and over again with their headlines alone that this country generates, with the fucking terrorist attacks and everything else the fucking country generates. Lovely news headlines this country produces about its people. All right? Okay, so once I was poisoned, the sirens literally never stopped. They were so bad today, I was almost in tears, like literal tears, because I could not take anymore. And the mufflers, the road rage mufflers, have not stopped in multiple days. There's like a sort of kind of calmness right now, but this will not last. And to sleep, you have to have a sound machine, okay? Now, I cannot talk about the unbelievable, just flat out combat, warfare, and terrorism that I witnessed on the street and inside this house. But I can say, with respect to myself as a living human being, it goes 24 hours a day. And I can say that without any doubt, there are enlisted U.S. military members that are in the good military, but that is not the only countries that consist of who I call the good military. And when I put into writing that I can't acknowledge any headline press from the U.S. military or honor any of it, it being the article itself, what the U.S. military did just recently in Somalia. I'm so grateful for that. But I can't acknowledge it or honor it because there's a fucking North African, Mexican drug cartel, Middle Eastern olive skin. It's the whole gang of Middle Eastern terrorists. So you have, yeah, you get it. I've seen them all here. The Pakistani, I've seen them all here. They coming up down the stairs here. So you have a terrorist cell in the middle of town. And then there's all these white extremist fucking supremacist terrorists mixed in, living in the houses next door, shoving shit under my floor and poisoning me. So until this is resolved and handled like authorities who are professionals should resolve it, I cannot acknowledge the military who is protecting it because of the fact that it's still here. And I've witnessed military in here. I've witnessed U.S. Navy officers who were involved with violent Muslim terrorism in here. One of them was involved with that prostitute that I could never, well, I can someday shake off hearing her be really killed upstairs. I do not feel fucking sorry for that woman. But hearing it is another thing, and it's just so fucking violent. You don't want to hear any female die like that. Women like that need to be killed in prison, hung, or put against a wall and shot. I don't see anything wrong with just opening fire on people against a wall. I see no problem with that. In fact, I think that's a good sentence. If you want my honest, sincere, logical take on that, just line them up and gun them down. But doing what they did to that female upstairs that I witnessed was so the fuck disgusting, and smelling her chopped up body for days after that was horrendous. And there was a U.S. Navy officer involved in that, and he was in the house. But I haven't ever really been able to discuss a lot of that. So me being the survivor in this fucking terrorist compound, I can't acknowledge the U.S. military because they've been too present literally in the house. And I've seen them walking by with Walmart bags, stalking the place. They have their little military cunts stalking the fucking place. Okay? And I know that a lot of the combat I've heard in here consists of the good military and the literal bona fide badge carrying U.S. fucking military. They come in here. I've witnessed it a handful of times, but I'm forbidden from talking about it. So I hope everybody understands why I don't talk about or acknowledge there's some shit going on with the fucking cops outside on 15th. They can't stay away from this fucking place. Yeah, this street, I can't talk about anything since I woke up since the poisoning. I can't talk about it. These cops are a terrorist organization, and the military is very aware of that. So I don't want to get distracted from fucking terrorists. I'm so goddamn fucking tired of it. Okay, I'm sorry. There's something going on. I could visually see it. Anyways, if I saw it or heard it, I can't fucking talk about it anyways. So that's why I just stopped everything I was saying. Anyways, the point is, I've been a witness to too many U.S. military members involved with this terrorist compound, protecting it, fighting for it, to acknowledge any headlines or anything that they claim the U.S. military is doing, even if it's something that I helped do. You want to go and look at all my work on the internet. I do more than that, but this is just something you can easily look at yourself, okay? Go to any of my accounts that have my locations and you can see Somalia and all this shit all the fucking time. And then we have President number 2, not this last one, but the next one, coming in and doing the exact same thing that Biden did, taking credit for everything I was doing in here. When the U.S. killed that Iranian general when Trump was in his first term, before he was impeached, before he was sentenced as a felon, and after the first hooker was killed in here and they started murdering people in the terrorist complex that Donald Trump set up. He set it up. Okay, so when that first Iranian general was killed, he took credit for that too. So Trump's running like a crazed animal from those very military men who are literally taking out generals left and right. They've got the city in a lot better shape than it was back when Trump unleashed COVID and did everything else in his power for Iran to attack our country. So he wants to come back as a felon, and he wants to come back as an impeached president, and he wants to come back as an out-of-control white convicted dude, totally bona fide white terrorist who protected 1509 S Street Northwest and the entire block complex here. Wants to come back. You'll see him now taking credit for Somalia. You'll see him now doing all the shit that he doesn't do. But what it is, that's the good military, okay? They're leagues ahead of me and you. They're doing it to Netanyahu. That's not Netanyahu's IDF chief. That's our IDF chief. That's the good military's IDF chief. I say congratulations. Thank you. I hope to meet him someday. Okay, I, Heidi Granger, am telling the world I hope to meet him. I can't recall his name right now because I can't remember any names or words. So I want to get this straight on public record. What I'm going to put in the title here so people can read it and follow what the heck I'm saying maybe a little bit better is I want to say something positive about the U.S. military. So I'll put U.S. military something or other so you know what it is. Because there's human beings in the U.S. military who I have risked my life for, who I will do it again. I will risk my life for them. Okay? But at the same time, they have to understand, I'm certain that they do. I can't acknowledge it if I'm sitting 6 blocks from the White House and this terrorist compound is going on and on every day. This is night 3. This is night 3 after I witnessed the torture of those 2 men. It was like more of the gargling. It was the same horrid sounds of that female I heard in this house. But it was so loud, I heard it all the way in here from that basement next door. I heard 2 men being tortured to death. I heard 2 men being killed and tortured to death. And then I haven't gone into all the details of, I will, but I just couldn't. The terrorism was out of control in this compound today. I couldn't go online. And then I heard, it lasted for like 2 minutes, 1 minute, a female getting killed over there, but I didn't say anything because that female terrorist hooker who I could put in the slammer, who I want to be executed in prison, who I want her to be lined up on a wall and shot to death properly by the good military. I don't want her tortured to death in her basement. This is so fucking disgusting what we're doing in the Capitol, okay? I don't want anyone tortured to death. If the military needs to, they can use ways to get information out of a terrorist, a disgusting, horrible, evil person, but they're not chopping their balls off. Okay, the good military doesn't chop balls off as much as they fucking would like to with some of these creeps. They don't do that. Okay, they don't cannibalize. How can I get this over to you? The difference between the good guys and the bad guys. Has it sunk in yet? They're not chopping up bodies. They're not eating the remains, frying them up on a hot skillet, and they're not chopping people's balls off in the basements of houses, back in the back of an alley with really loud music so everyone can scream while their faces are duct taped. That's not what the good guys are doing. And I hope that you people out there aren't so confused that you actually ever thought that. Okay, that's the people that my military kills. Okay, but after I witnessed those two men being killed and tortured, I heard a woman's gargling, like it sounded like this. I'll describe it later. And these whimpers and these screeches and scream, and then it was over. It was all over there. It was so fucking horrifying. And then those same killers came over here, and I haven't described or talked about that yet. We'll get to it. Today was not the opportunity at all to do it. But what I want to say is it's night 3. And I told you this. I told everybody this. By the 72nd hour, the night 3, I started crying in here. All I could do was have the sound machine on. The intense emotions came with the endless sirens. Every time I turned the sound machine off, it was more and more screeching sirens. It was bad today. You could not have that shit off. And it went on since I was poisoned. Don't forget, I got fucking brutally poisoned already today, earlier, you know? And then the sirens never end. And they were like 3 times worse than usual, okay? And there's all the stuff I witnessed out of this property, and there's all the stuff I witnessed in the property, okay? And I'm silenced again, and I can't go online, and it's just all this fucking terror and horror all the time, okay? And it's my 72nd hour, it's my 3rd day, and I know I had witnessed what I witnessed. With no fucking doubt, I know what I witnessed over there, dude. Okay, and it's all the brain, my brain is processing and going through the motions, and my emotions, my feelings, thoughts and feelings are all going through, they're circling and working and churning. And then I started to almost cry because the sirens wouldn't stop. And I just felt so hopeless. And then I noticed, okay, I'm emotional, but this is really bad. I've almost been at the point of tears with these sirens before. This is not the first time. I remember being at the point of tears. Like, these fucking people are such fucking maniacs in this city. Okay, I will never feel sorry for not one fucking person here. But I don't want one fucking person here to have their balls chopped off in their fucking basement and tortured with duct tape over their mouth. That's a little fucking sick and perverse, all right? Okay. Yeah. So that, I don't feel sorry for one person if they end up getting hit with a WMD in the Capitol, is what I mean. All I want to do in the aftermath, if a WMD strikes the Capitol, all I want to do is try to rescue as many of these dogs that I can, because there's a lot of really, really nice dogs here with psychopathic owners. And the dogs didn't pick their owners. And that will be that's all I think about is come get these fucking dogs, rescue these fucking dogs. There's going to be packs of dogs. And they're very, very nice, and they could be rehomed. They're very, very nice dogs here. It's psychopathic, white nationalist, white power, white pride, neo-Nazi owners. They got themselves hit with a WMD, and we need to go get the dogs. I don't feel sorry for any fucking human being here. Okay, but I noticed by the 72nd hour, I was getting emotional. Because I'm in here, I remember it all, and I'm thinking about it all. I'm still in the room, so there's not a lot to distract me besides just the typical terrorism and horror and hell here. All right, so I'm feeling my feelings. I'm very present for what happened, in other words, okay, with what happened, what I fucking witnessed, and I know what they did over there. I do not need anybody in the good military to come and tell me what they did over there. Okay? I want everyone who's hearing this to hear that. I don't need to be told. I fucking heard and saw it. I saw the beforehand and I saw the afterhand and I heard the whole thing. I can't talk about it on the internet, okay? I don't need to be told what happened over there. What I need to be told is who it was. That's it. That's all. Like who, well, I saw and I know, but I can't talk about it. But once they're in the house, once they got their fucking disgusting torture chamber set up in the house, I don't totally concretely know who exactly it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the people I saw and heard and so on beforehand. But this is what I mean. Once they're out of sight, all I can say is that I can't talk about what I witnessed before. So I just can't make sense on the internet about this right now. I know it isn't fully making sense because I'm not legally able to talk about this. All right, but so on the 72nd hour, we're on day 3. Tonight's going to be the 3rd night. By, I don't know, 7, I started crying. I was in here crying. I cried for about 10 minutes. I was calling God names, not mean names, but I was blaming everything on God, blaming everything on Jesus. Oh, yeah. I blame him for everything. He knows that. I'll tell him I am blaming you. But I have Jesus on my wall. He's there, a picture of him. I look at him like, really can't be mad at him. He's a life form. He's very real. He's a life form. I can't really be mad at him, but I do get mad and I do say mean things, and it's just how it is. But he understands because of what's happened. I'm still in here. And I'm going through your textbook emotional process after witnessing a torture and a murder. And then having those very killers try to come here into my house after they did it. So yeah, I'm going through your textbook emotions and psychological processes of that. Oh, absolutely, 100%. From A to Z textbook. And so by like 7, I started crying. And then I wrote to the U.S. military about the Somalia within a half an hour after crying. I told them I can't acknowledge this. That's the emotions that prompted that statement in writing. Because of really actually what I witnessed in the basement of 1507 S Street Northwest. Yeah, there was 2 men, and I heard the whole thing. And then I heard that female screeching and whimpering, and I don't know what the fuck they did to these people, but you could hear it all the way up here. So by night 3, I'm about to start crying right now. Now, these people, they need to be shot, lined up and shot. I'm really a fan of that. I'm fucking serious. If I was your fucking president, you'd be all getting that. All of you disgusting people in Washington, D.C. But I'm not the president, and that's not how the country is going to work when the good guys finally get this government straight and the new government comes in. I'm not the president ordering people shot against a wall. But I'll tell you, if I was, that's what you'd all get. It's not up to me. Those kind of things are so not up to me. And it's honestly the best, okay? And everyone knows that. But I would like for these people on S Street to get a punishment like that, but not the shit I heard coming out of the basement. No. They had him towards the back of the alley. They knew what they were doing. I heard the whole goddamn thing. They were planning to come here afterwards, and they did. I heard them try to come in. I heard a lot. We'll talk about it. I can talk about it. I'm not forbidden, but I just, like, on night 3, I still couldn't get into it because today and the day after that, after the double murder and torture, I still couldn't get into it. This is such a fucking active, fluid, fucking terrorist compound. But I am able to say this, and I wanted to say this, and Archangel St. Michael said, please do this. Just put something up. So, yeah, by day 3, I'm crying. My emotions are just really, really right there. They're bubbled up at the surface. It's something you don't want to go through. You don't want to witness something like that. And I did. Okay, so those are the facts. I got to face reality. I'm crying today. I am sad. Not for those fucking people that should have been lined up against a wall and shot, but how disgusting it was, and the kind of fucking violence that I'm witnessing in here is really hard to. I don't have a word, but I think someone can fill in the words for me. So I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. But I'm hoping by day 4, day 5, I start to slowly just get better. But I will continue to talk about it because it's going to really help me to do that. I know that. And I want the U.S. military, who are people who I will risk my life for, and I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it today. I'm not going to change, okay? I want them to know I don't disavow them. But you got to understand, I'm in here crying on day 3 after what I fucking heard, okay? And it was just so fucking gruesome. And then you guys all know, maybe not the good guys overseas, but the good guys here know what I witnessed today around the perimeter, and they know what I witnessed in here. So, having said that, yeah, with what the fuck happened over there, I'm totally in that emotional space, which all of you guys in the good military can completely understand. So, I want to thank the good guys for my safety in here, but this is becoming really, really hard to do right now because of the torture that just the yeah, they got him in that house like they did, and hear this shit for, oh God, man. Oh, yep. I can see why you guys do what you do, okay? I know. I was naive to that kind of stuff. I wasn't naive that they did that. I'm not born yesterday, but I mean, I literally was a witness to it. It was right there practically. So, yeah. So now I see why you guys do what you do, why you just fucking clock these guys. You just, you're sharpshooters. You're some of the best sharpshooters out there. I see why you do it. Okay, I salute every one of you. I am not disavowing the U.S. military. I wanted to explain this. In fact, that's what I'll put in the header. I'm not disavowing the U.S. military, so I hope that I get some of you to listen to this, okay? Just understand, I will, because it's good for me. It's an excellent thing to do. I will continue to talk on the internet about what I fucking experienced, went through, witnessed, whatever you call it, with the double murder and torture in 1507 in the basement. Because if I don't talk about it, that is a really bad move. I don't have a word, but that is the wrong thing to do. So, and then the way they came over here after it, that made me angry. That's when I feel feelings of anger. But remember what I said when I first said something the following day? I didn't say what I witnessed, but I said something. I said, what did I say? I said, darn right, I'm scared. I said, this place scares the willies out of me. So that anger is actually my fear. But today, on day 3, I'm really angry that they came fucking in here. Tried to do that shit to me. I know, and today I want to cry, okay? It's just, I don't feel sorry for any of these people. No, and that's confusing to me. It's not confusing that I don't feel sorry for them. Maybe confusing is the wrong word. I don't feel sorry for them. But no, I'm confused, I guess, because I don't want people getting tortured and screaming so loud that there's coming into the house next door. And it goes on and on and on. They don't fucking take this slow. I mean, fast. You know what I mean? This shit went on for almost 3 hours. The men they were killing took like an hour. And then the desperate, disgusting cunt. I think it was the hooker. But I don't know. But I didn't say anything because I'm sorry if I didn't mention this. I probably forgot my point. I didn't say that I thought it was the hooker because I was afraid to say anything about the female. I wasn't afraid, but I was cautious. I was careful because she's wanted by fucking foreign militaries. Right, so I don't need to explain that to the good guys. You might want to be a little reserved about that, saying something about that too fast. I don't know what the fuck, man. And then I've seen these medical fucking cunt bitches who dismember people going in and out. So I don't know what fucking cunt got tortured to death over there. But I know what I saw beforehand, so I can figure, but I can't talk about it on the internet. Okay, so by day 3, I'm pretty emotional. I'm going to put in the title. I do not disavow the U.S. military, but I need to be clear why I can't acknowledge it. With this kind of shit going on, and the good guys still haven't come in here? No, you get what I'm saying? Okay, all right, but God bless everyone. God bless everyone. Okay, goodbye.